Oba Femi destroys Brock Lesnar. What's up, Jared? Here, TV Weekly Set Review of Monday Night Raw. They kicked off the show with the Masked Man invading the show with Seth Rollins being in the ring, and he finally talks for the first time. And he talks about how he built the Vision, and he's going to be the one to kill the Vision. And then Paul Heyman comes, like, barely walking at all. Like, he's walking real slow. Looks like he's homeless. I'm like, he just looks terrible. And Seth Rollins is like, look who just finally showed up. And Seth Rollins starts tearing into Paul Heyman, like talking about how it was the worst decision of his life to ever work with him and everything. And he goes, he doesn't matter who it is in the Vision, he'll take him down even if they're on the shelf like Braun Breaker, Braun Street, or it's like a scavenger like Austin Theory. And then Paul Heyman has the mic and says, I only have one word, F5. And then Brock Lesnar's music hits. Brock Lesnar comes down to the ring and starts murdering the Masked Man. There was probably like 10 or 12 of them, and all of them getting German suplex, belly-to-belly suplex, just murdering German suplex, taking out every single Masked Man, and it was finally just down to Seth Rollins, and I was having vibes of WrestleMania 35 when Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins fought each other, when it was the Beast Slayer, Seth Rollins. They're going face-to-face, and then the lights go out. And you hear the ruler, Oba Femi's music hits, and his awesome entrance comes on. And Oba Femi comes down to the ring, goes face-to-face with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar goes after him, and Oba Femi pops him up, hits him with the powerbomb, absolutely murdering Brock Lesnar, stands on his chest, and stands tall, murdering Brock Lesnar. I've never seen somebody dominate Brock Lesnar like that. And then later in the show, they announce it's going to be Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. Oba Femi has accepted Brock Lesnar's open challenge. I cannot wait for this match. Now, I don't know where that puts Seth Rollins because he kind of was standing out there. I thought it was going to be Seth versus Brock, but now it's Oba Femi. Maybe Seth fights if Braun Breaker's back in time or Logan Paul. I just thought, I'm like, I love that Oba Femi's fighting Brock. It's awesome, but like, Seth needs a good opponent. Then the original El Grande Americano went one-on-one with the new El Grande Americano, and the original El Grande Americano had the match in the bag. He was on the top rope, had the metal plate in his mask. He went for the diving headbutt, but the new El Grande Americano sits up, so the original El Grande Americano headbutts the ring with the metal plate, knocking himself out. El Grande Americano rolls up the OG El Grande Americano. 1, 2, 3. El Grande Americano picks up the victory. I have a feeling this is still going to set up a match between the two of them at WrestleMania 42, right up there, for mask versus mask, because I got a feeling one of them they have to unmask one of them. You can't keep on having two El Grande Americanos. I'm like, it makes the most sense. Do it at WrestleMania, have one of them get unmasked, obviously, because one became a thing because the other got injured. Then Bayley went one-on-one with AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This is one of Bayley's dream matches. This match wasn't half too bad at all. Looked like Bayley was going to win for a quick second, but AJ Lee ended up putting her in the Black Widow, making Bayley tap out. I was actually surprised on that one that she was going to tap out. I guess AJ Lee's just going to make everybody tap with that move. I wish she would pin some people, but Bayley loses, and AJ Lee starts walking up the ramp celebrating and goes to commercial break, and we come back to commercial break, and Becky Lynch is beating the holy hell out of AJ Lee all around the stage and everything, beating her up, grabbing her face and dragging it out of the barricade, and Becky Lynch ends up standing tall, holding up the Intercontinental Championship. This has to be the WrestleMania match, obviously. Becky Lynch lost to AJ Lee in Chicago, and I'm assuming Becky Lynch fights AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42 for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It just makes the most sense. They have the rematch. I'm like, they've been building this story since WrestlePalooza. Actually, before that, beginning of September, when AJ Lee returned in Chicago. I was there. It was awesome. So they've been building for so long. They got to have a big match at WrestleMania. Then we had a package video of Randy Orton that gave me like 2016, 2017 Randy Orton vibes when he was feuding with the Wyatt family. It looked like he was in the middle of nowhere on the phone, and he hangs up the phone. He was talking to somebody. He says how he just got off the phone with somebody talking to them, and they understand, and they were trying to convince Randy Orton to become what he is now, truly embrace himself. And he's like, Cody, you keep on talking about how there's more than one royal family in wrestling. He goes, that is correct, and I'm going to teach you about the Orton family. Now, the big question is, who was Randy Orton on the phone with? Was it, I know some people are saying Ted DiBiase Jr., another member of the Legacy. I don't think that's possible because he's in jail. And then the other one that people are saying, oh, it's The Rock. Everybody always assumes The Rock. I don't know if the phone thing is even going to mean anything, but people, of course, are going to be speculating now. But who was on the phone with Randy Orton? Drop downs come below. Who do you think? Kofi Kingston was almost cursed by Danhausen, but he pushes Grayson Waller in the way, and Grayson Waller was cursed by Danhausen. Liv Morgan had a package video backstage about Finn Balor getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, saying how he's a weak link pretty much, and she's going to go on to WrestleMania main event. She's going to go on to the WrestleMania and win the Women's World title, and Dirty Dom is going to continue to dominate, and he's going to get his Intercontinental Championship back, and the Judgment Day will be back on top, and they don't need Finn Balor. Then Natalya went one-on-one with Maxine Dupree. I feel like this is like for the 10th time now. This storyline is so boring. Quick match, Natalya wins. I mean, like, this is just getting old. Can we just get this over with? But Natalya defeats Maxine Dupree, I feel like, for like the 10th time now. Then the Intercontinental Champion Penta came out having another good promo, talking about how he's the Intercontinental Champion and everything, in the Cerro Miedo. And then he talks about how he has an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. So it looks like Penta's going to bring out the open challenge, just like we have the U.S. Open Challenge on SmackDown. Now we got the Intercontinental Champion, Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. Man, I just cannot speak today. But he had an open challenge, and Dragon Lee answered. Dragon Lee comes out, and Penta and Dragon Lee put on an instant classic banger. These two are both insane athletes, and they killed it. There was one spot they just launched each other into the announce desk. It was absolutely crazy. But Penta retains the Intercontinental Championship, hitting that Penta Mexican Destroyer, bouncing off the ropes. Bam. Mexican Destroyer. 1, 2, 3 to Dragon Lee. Penta retains. Great match. These guys absolutely killed it, and I'm loving Penta as the Intercontinental Champion. I hope he walks into WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion and walks out as Intercontinental Champion because I'm loving Penta right now. Backstage, LA Knight found the Usos because earlier in the show, the Usos were hanging out with Roman Reigns, laughing about what they did last week to CM Punk, and LA Knight goes, I'm cool with you guys. I like you guys. But if the OG Bloodline's back, I'm not cool with that. Then Stephanie McMahon went one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. This match was good. Once again, these two women always been having good matches on Monday Night Raw. But Io Sky tried getting involved because Liv Morgan was getting involved in the match. So Io Sky comes out for the save, runs around the ring, goes by the announce desk to go after Liv Morgan. Raquel Rodriguez absolutely launches Io Sky into the announce table. And Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan laugh it off. But joke's on them. Stephanie McMahon picks up the victory over Raquel Rodriguez, standing tall once again. Going into WrestleMania, Stephanie McMahon is looking absolutely dominant as the champion. And Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day are just falling apart. Then it was main event time. CM Punk and Roman Reigns going face to face. Roman Reigns coming out first and talking about how last week or 2 weeks ago what CM Punk said pretty much was handled and everything. And then CM Punk comes down to the ring, and CM Punk's like, you keep on calling me by my government name, Phil. And he pretty much says, well, I could call you like Tamina Tonga or some stupid name, making fun of like long Samoan names. It was something goofy. And they keep on going back and forth. And he's like, oh, who's the real tribal chief? Because last week you still couldn't show up because you're a part-timer. And you sent your stupid cousins. And then Roman Reigns is like, oh, actually, no, the big stars know better when to show up. You should ask your wife about it. And I was like, damn. But once again, these two go back and forth, cooking each other in a promo battle. I just feel like Roman Reigns needs to be on TV more often. But overall, their promo battles have been great, cooking each other. I got to say, though, Roman Reigns saying Phil is getting old. Call him CM Punk or Punk. Like, you're not cool calling him by his real name, bro. And that's pretty much what CM Punk said to him. But it ended with Roman Reigns calling CM Punk. He's like, CM Punk, blah, 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 all these problems. It's just because you're old. And Punk had enough, punches Roman Reigns in the face, attacking him to the ground, and then security gets in there, holds back CM Punk, stopping him from attacking Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is yelling, see, because he talks all this, but as soon as somebody says something about him, he gets in a fight, punches somebody in the face. I'm like, all I can think about is All In when he punched Jack Perry in the face and then got fired. So overall, I felt like there was not a whole ton on Monday Night Raw. I feel like there was not a lot to go over, but overall the show was like pretty decent. I thought the start of this Monday Night Raw was probably one of the best starts of Monday Night Raw in a long time, with Brock Lesnar coming out, murdering all the masked men, and then Seth Rollins going face-to-face with them, having some nostalgia of when they fought at WrestleMania, and then Oba Femi coming out and destroying Brock Lesnar. Absolutely awesome. Loving Penta as the Intercontinental Champion. He's absolutely cooking. And then CM Punk and Roman Reigns, this fight battle between them, promo battles, building up to WrestleMania, has been great. And if you're subscribed to this channel, you know this is the match I'm most excited for WrestleMania. Orton versus Cody Rhodes, and I'm just loving them building this. Evil Orton's awesome, and who was on the phone with Orton? So there you go. That was the weekly setup review of Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase JW live. Make sure to go check out my TikTok, which is lowercase JW _ live. Highly appreciate that. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell because we post every single day on this YouTube channel awesome wrestling figure content. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.